Welcome, everybody, to the Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series. We are at the Beaver State Fling, Milo McIver State Park, 2022. It hasn't been back for 2 years. I'm Zoe Andyke here on the commentary, joined by Ella Hansen.
Hello. I'm super stoked to get to commentate this super fun round at Milo.
You know, me too, being from Oregon and playing so many rounds at this course and having you here with me, Ella, this is going to be fantastic.
So this is hole 1, par 3, 360 feet. There's kind of 2 routes on it, but it's pretty straightforward first hole.
And in past years, this has been the finishing hole. A new change for the Beaver State Fling this year, starting it as hole 1.
Catrina is lining up the right side hyzer option.
And on this hole, I would expect to see most of our players actually taking the right-hand side, even if previous years they were taking the forehand or turnover.
There's a big tree that used to be protecting the basket a little more. It's been cut down partially, so it makes that hyzer entrance into the green a little bit more approachable. Madison going a little lower than Catrina, but very similar line.
Sets her up for a nice, easy par. Easy approach. Coming off a big win here. Or excuse me, sister coming off of a big win. Alexis right by her side. And here for our feature card.
And she's sort of throwing more of the attacking route, throwing sort of more of a flip-up hyzer. You don't really want to be hyzering in right at the finish. Kind of have to be pushing more forward to get really up into the circle.
And Ella choosing power hyzer there. Coming through. Did that come through?
Not quite. It was on the other side. Yeah.
But a good choice, again, like you mentioned, this year that front tree is gone, so there is a hyzer line. The flip-up route is more direct, but it's there for the putt. Oh, very, very nice bid she gave that.
Yeah, good run from Alexis.
Parked in the bullseye. Our local talent, and kind of, I believe her husband is our tournament director. That was Madison Tomaino. And Ella busting through what we like to call the shul in circle 1, too, giving yourself a putt.
Yeah, that's really all I was trying to get through there.
How big was that window?
Pretty small.
And Kat just routine up and down there. Looks to be at the bullseye's edge. And the routine is there. The first putt's in. Super nice, because that wasn't like the stress-free putt, but you had the uphill side of it, so that felt a little better too.
Yeah. Little, you can get sort of a death putt on this green. Not quite as death putty as some of the other greens we'll see, but definitely felt good to make a putt to start the round.
Tapping in the par there for Madison. Yeah, the camera view here doesn't actually show how steep the hill drop-off is behind Kat and to the left of her there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so
just outside the bullseye, taking her par.
Solid start here. Pars for the card.
Pars all around. Hole 2, 414 feet. It plays as a really big turnover for the most part. Some folks might throw forehand, but a lot of people are trying to throw a high, something flippy, trying not to do the big miss, which is probably to push it a little long.
You can see Kat choosing really to throw an understable disc, high route, hoping it continues to fade right, and it does. She gets a little bit of skip into actually a pretty tough place to be, where it was a great landing. It actually bounced to a pretty protected spot.
Yeah. You really kind of are hoping that you either stay short of those trees or you push through those trees, because there is a bit of a gap back there behind that first row of trees.
Little inside trail in there. Still with pretty low ceiling. Everyone on this card, though, is either throwing a mid or a driver. It looks like everybody's attacking.
Yeah, this whole group is attacking. Alexis went a little inside there, but she manages to push through and get up into the fairway.
I love it, taking the pure sky route. That is actually the only way to get yourself a putt and to get to the basket. All the way up there, catching some shul, but still putting yourself in a decent spot.
Yeah, definitely able to get up and down from there. Alexis pulls her upshot a bit wide. She ends up just inside the circle over there.
Here's that inside route. Madison opting for the forehand play. Keeping it low, skipping it up, and that's going to be a tap in.
Yep.
Having to take a knee here. That's how low this inside ceiling is.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a wider forehand route, but I was choosing just to kind of go straight at it up there and just, smash it through the trees and get up in the circle.
Right up out of the bullseye. It's a pretty good idea. Cat in a tricky spot, but finds the pocket. I think that's an easy 10-footer there.
Yeah, that was a very impressive shot from Kat. She was very protected in that little spot there.
We couldn't even see her face and her body, really. Oh, yes. All the power, all the height, and the basket catches it.
Great putt from a knee to save par there.
Smooth. Still going through the routine, even with the close putts. Nice par.
Yep.
I see Kat do this too.
Ooh, a little aggressive, but taking her par right on line.
Still looking at just as good or great on the scorecard. A lot of pars there.
Yep. A lot of pars to start off for this group.
And we've seen a lot of players in our field break that hole down, so it was great to see that card.
Hole 3, par 3, 331 feet, kind of going straight, and then the attacking shot will be throwing something high, trying to crash in here, or maybe throwing a forehand skip. A lot of other players might choose to just throw a straight, probably putter or mid shot, and go for the layup play.
Yeah, break the hole down. That's like hole 2 and hole 3 provide that here, where the players can break it down and just only go for their par, nice and easy, or really attack and give themselves a birdie putt. And I actually thought we were going to see Kat go way higher and get up in there in the green. Still a good shot.
Yeah, Kat chooses to lay up. Madison also throwing a layup shot. Looks like a little more of a high-speed disc, but she places it well.
We've seen backhand rollers here. We've seen big forehands. Another backhand with a little turn on it, too, just trying to get to the entry.
And that's a little bit short. This hole is pretty challenging if you are not in the perfect position, because these trees along the right side make it very tough to get through them if you are not in the right spot.
And I can't tell you how many years I've played this tournament or just played this course and been out there and been very stoked about what my approach shot looks like. You've got the hill background, no danger, just getting yourself to the basket. It's never a bad thing to kind of air out to the left.
Yeah, I'm throwing through a little forehand. Ended up skipping away from the basket, unfortunately.
Oh, Madison high route, inside gap. And it stays.
Sticks. This is probably one of the toughest greens on the course. Super slopey, got that big tree protecting you. And if you end up high above the basket, you got yourself quite the death putt.
Death putt definition. Drastic forehand plays for both Kat and Alexis here. A little action, but no, nothing scary there.
Yeah.
It still sits.
Sitting there. She's inside the circle. Tough straddle here, trying to get around that tree you can see right next to the basket. Yeah, just catches it.
Square hit.
I have a little bit more of an angle to the basket. Similar distance. Just a little short.
Wow. And I'm saying stayed for the most part. You know, a little bit of slide there.
Yeah, and on top of the hilly green, it was also pretty wet today. Didn't rain too much throughout the round, but it has been raining quite a bit, so the green here is pretty slippery and muddy.
Still tapping in on the treacherous green area that you were talking about.
So 2 bogeys and 2 pars. Looking like this was the second most difficult hole on the day.
Wow, interesting. Hole 3 got us. Coming back for it.
Yeah, sometimes the simplest holes are the hardest. And checking in on the leaderboard, that is not a typo, folks. All of these players are indeed tied for first through 3 holes. Those 3 holes are holes that you are pretty happy to get pars on, though, you know.
Solid play, solid pars.
Hole 4, par 3, 323. We've got a forehand flex gap down the right. We got this more direct backhand turnover or forehand line towards the right side through those trees.
This is a hole after the initial gap that has opened up quite a bit by the protected green, even though there's still kind of that little jail of trees. It's quite a bit more open to get to it.
Mm-hmm. Madison playing that left side. Pretty safe shot there, just trying to hit the gap and get more into the open. You can see she got past all those small trees, so she'll have a simple upshot from there.
Oh, and kind of a nice kiss off of that tree. That's a very nice place to be. Nothing's in the way. Probably give it a jump putt bid.
Mm-hmm. And I did the classic thing where I aim at the tree, assuming I'm not going to hit it, and then I hit it.
Ella, you're too good at disc golf. You gotta look past the tree. It's good for our viewers, though. You guys are too good to aim at the tree. Cat lining up, kind of a flex forehand here, looks like.
That's the worst spot it could possibly be.
And, you know, Kat said it for me. I was just getting ready to talk about the evolution of this hole again, where there was tons of trees. Now there's tons of, like, ground foliage right there that never used to be.
Yeah. And I was really happy to get through those tree gaps, but ended up pushing it a little long, so I'm at the edge of the circle with a par look.
And Madison can line up a powerful putt here. We'll step through.
Right next to the pin. Should be an easy par for her. Alexis giving it a good
Just
run.
a little tickle on that chain.
That's a great bid from there. And that's a pretty successful play on the hole to just push it straight and have yourself a look.
Oh my! I made it.
kidding.
Yeah, she had asked. There's no way she could even see that, you guys. Incredible! I am so happy that that was on camera. And let's go, Kat.
Let's watch
How
this
fun.
again. Just popped it over. She said she could only see the little the top bit where a little stick on
That
top.
little pin on top. Excellent. That gets everybody kind of cooking and gets some good energy for the round. You know, Alexis just bidding a big birdie back there, warming up the putts. Dang it. Outside, you said you pushed it a little bit long.
Ruining the vibe of the car.
No.
Nah, just a little low. But what a par save from Kat, honestly. That was very impressive.
Oh, it's really fun, like I said, to catch those things on camera. We're in a time and an age of disc golf where we can, and we're so thankful that we have post-production like this from the Pro Tour.
All right, hole 5, shortest hole on the course, 197, par 3. It's going to be a forehand or a backhand turnover for most players.
Think about this 197, you guys. You're going to see some standstills. We're going to see some putter shots. That is technically what we all consider kind of like an upshot distance, but once you're standing on a tee pad, somehow your brain turns it into something else. Very aceable hole, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Madison going with the backhand turnover, just catching a tree a little bit inside. She actually kind of ends up in the clear, though. She'll be in circle 2, I think.
With an open route, that's impressive on this green. Forehand play, keeping it low.
Getting a nice little skip up there inside the circle. That's a great shot.
That is. Love to see that sidearm play. Oh, that's what Ella's pulling out here. Stand still. Little flex around.
I really like the line.
Yeah.
Ended up just a little shorter than I thought inside circle 2.
But such an easy thing to correct, you know, just a touch more power on it.
Yeah. Madison
Beautiful.
looks like she's just going for the layup there, taking her 3.
And where are we at here? Let's see. Probably, I'm going to give this like 50. 40,
Yeah, I think
48, 50.
Yes, somewhere around there.
Oh, very close. Warming them up
Yep.
early in the first round, first day here.
And Kat gets pretty fortunate, actually. She hits one of those trees, but rolls around to this side at least where she has a clean look at the basket.
All the way in.
Cash. That's a great putt. She's bringing that energy
Yes.
from that
I was
last
going to say,
putt.
Kat has good memories here at Milo. You know, she's got some confidence. Let's check this out again. Slow-mo.
She likes that kind of hyzer putt pushing wide, so she's able to sneak it by that tree. Money just straight into the chains.
For the birdie. Also cashing in, Alexis.
Very well played hole for her.
And then just a couple tap-ins here. Ella and Madison.
And this, even though it was the shortest, this was only the 3rd easiest hole on the course.
I was hoping that you'd bring that stat up. So that's very, very interesting. We'll see how that plays the second time through.
Yeah. Hole 6. This is going to be a stable backhand or maybe a forehand roller for a lot of players.
Yep.
That dog leg to the left, downhill, treacherous green.
And that's true. Those are the two main shots we see is overstable backhand and forehand roller. This is looking really good. Get some ground action. She, overcooked it even a
Yeah.
little. Okay.
And that's one of the tough things about this green. Like, you can place it 3 shots in the same place or 4 shots, and they all might have different
Different
ground
result.
actions.
Yep. Again, this was beautiful, well executed line. I couldn't quite tell.
Just a little overcooked, I think, just outside the circle.
Madison open for the same hyzer. Get stable.
And she just catches actually the inside of one of those trees and kicks into the rough on the right.
The rough does get pretty hairy back there. Some pretty big ferns and some skinny trees. Inside gap, which there is something there too. Okay, all kinds of action here on Ella's disc.
Yeah,
Couple hits and a roll.
I saw it hit there, and I thought it was just going to stick right there. So when we walked down the fairway, I was confused about why I was out in the open at the bottom of the hill, but I was okay with that.
Okay. Madison's kind of chipping her way up the fairway. That was looked like a pretty hairy little spot there for her to be.
I think that's kind of time where you just try to find the gap and hit it and don't really care what happens after.
Absolutely. Giving it a bid here, which is completely safe. You've got the hill background. You've warmed it up on the last hole.
Yeah.
Parked.
This is Madison for par. Looks like she's probably just laying that one up too.
Yeah, she wasn't having any of it.
Slippery. I couldn't stop.
Yeah, and this was one of the one of the holes where it was pretty slick on that green, and just walking down the hill, had to be pretty careful to not fall.
Yep. All right, for birdie, there's Alexis. She gave it a lot of power, actually, so missing high on an uphill hole.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a great. That's the
good.
miss on this
Yeah.
kind of a hole. You know, you don't really want to be hitting cage or band and rolling down. So just, yeah, missing high right is a safe miss.
That was awesome. Yeah, that's the bid you want. Tapping in par here.
Trying not to fall
Yeah.
slide down the hill. Cat tapping in a par as well.
Getting just a little bit of color down here on the score lines, but all in all, this group played pretty solid through the first 6 holes, the wooded holes here at Milo. And let's take a look at the leaderboard again.
Sarah Hokum scooting into first place, 2 down, and got a bunch of other competitors close as well. Hole 7, par 3, 348. Kind of a low ceiling hyzer. Most players are looking to push it straight. Honestly, it's kind of nice how wet it was, because it allowed for a bit more skip, which kind of helped some of the discs get a little closer to the green.
Getting that little extra distance really helps on this hole. It's like sneaky far when it doesn't seem like it's that far.
Yeah. And Kat doesn't quite get that skip, but she's just outside circle 2.
Oh, just a little high. Yeah, catching that branch there. That's actually gonna make this one pretty tough to get up and down, but one big drive from there and she can do it.
And that's a pretty typical miss. I get some nice tree love there.
Yeah.
And a good skip just outside circle 1.
All right, little trampoline branch there.
Yeah. But that tree there on the right side of the fairway, that's kind of a lot of players' biggest obstacles. Kind of forces you either through this smaller gap straight or to keep it really low.
Or too low, yeah. And
Yeah.
see, that's what I saw a couple of those on my card, myself included. Tree on the right causes the trouble. Right, so looking for a pretty big approach here from Madison.
Nice and wide, hoping to play for that skip and get it up. Nice.
She's in the circle. She's gonna make a putt from there.
Yeah. Alexis, kind of a similar shot. Pushing it a little more straight and right into the bullseye.
Parked, we love that. Very consistent player. Cat's gonna be in a little awkward stance, but just a little putter up shot here. No problem. And for the birdie. Oh, just a couple more rotations.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a bit frustrated with myself. That's like my 4th putt missed low on the cage.
Absolutely. That was a great par save there for Madison. But I was going to bring that up, so just a couple of putts low, and I'm sure as a player, you're thinking about that and wanting to correct and potentially spin harder, you know, aim maybe just an inch higher.
Yeah.
Not much more than that, though.
Yeah. But you know, I'd rather be hitting the basket than not hitting it at all. So
Oh, man.
making my pars and, you know, short putts real short, which is nice.
Very nice. Tap ins there. And yeah, I'd say your putt has probably come the farthest in the game.
Hole 8, we're moving to our first par 4. Most players are looking to push straight through this gap and get as far up this hill as possible. Turns this next shot into either a straight shot, or some players might play more of a hyzer into the green.
Definitely anything but left here off of the tee. Like Ella said, pushing it straighter and not trying to hyzer off and around the corner.
Yeah, pushing it left will put you in some danger.
And it doesn't look too good from there. I mean, we're looking at forehand roller territory or
Yeah.
a pitch out.
She
something
was
crazy.
fortunate to not get too far in, but she's definitely pinched off. And we felt sort of a headwind on this hole. I know that's why Kat was, played that a little more inside, thinking it would flip up a bit more. And it looks like the wind got to Alexis a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that with how it worked with her disc there. Ella, full crush, getting up around the corner, getting the skip to the flat ground, staying out. Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Don't see a lot of FPO drives typically get that far. It's a great position to have yourself in.
That one felt good.
Madison putting a move on it again, seeing a little of that headwind.
Just a little right, but she gets a nice tree kick, and that still puts her in. She threw it far enough there to have a shot up
And
to the
has
green.
enough room, to get around that corner.
And this is kind of a tough one. It's still a little bit uphill here, and if you end up on that hill, it can make your run up tough and make it hard to generate power.
Power, it just takes everything away from pushing off.
You can just hear the grass squelching as we're all throwing. It was pretty slick out there.
Okay, so Kat, I was thinking, okay, we're going sidearm air shot or roller here?
Air shot,
Okay.
just trying to pitch it out. Kind of pushes it too far, but she's not quite in the rough there. She's on the edge, but she still has a look to the basket.
And a pretty incredible distance for the stance and the airway that she had.
Mm-hmm. I'm throwing a forehand just because I feel like the green's a little more open on that side.
I'd agree with that. And Kat can get up and down with a solid upshot here. Going to the forehand again, and she's
Yep.
in the circle.
Pretty solid. Alexis as well. Parking it for par.
A very parable par 4, very forgiving and birdieable with 2 great drives. The beautiful trees here at Milo. We're so happy to be back after 2 years of missing this tournament.
Yeah, I had that little tree in my way, and I was just
Not feeling that.
the putter was not feeling great. Kat,
On the other hand, Kat's putter
Kat's feeling
is
good.
fired up. It's pretty hot right now.
Yeah, and that's a great par save from where she was.
Absolutely. Good routine, putting it in.
And shout out to Sai Ananda and Jennifer Allen for getting the birdie on this one today.
Those are the only 2?
Only 2.
On the day.
Only 2 on the
Wow,
day.
Awesome. It's great to have Sai back out, too.
All right, moving to our last hole of the front 9. Par 4, 395. Most players will be throwing an air shot, trying to get up just to the gap, kind of, or throwing a roller is pretty much the main option if you're trying to get up to the green, maybe for an eagle look.
Wow, look at that. This is a tee pad that definitely holds the moisture and is typically known as a lot more slippery. Great stop for Kat. I know she likes that roller play here. She needs it to flip up.
Kind of a fortunate catch there from that tree. She could have gone a lot further into the rough on the left without that little stop.
Yeah, and this hole's, it says 395, but it feels like it plays more like 450. It's just the lay of the land. I think there's a slight uphill, and then it's a very guarded green, to get to.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're playing the air shot, you really want to place it to one side or the other of those gaps so you can have a clean upshot look. I'm playing the roller as well.
Love to see this. Lots of speed. I love where you laid it down. Get going. Okay, and even though that stole up some footage, I'm so happy with the way that broke through. You're on the front side, approachable.
Yeah. Madison going air shot.
completely committed to the left side, as Ella talked about. You have to commit. You can't just throw a distance shot and hope, because that tree will suck it in.
And it is easier to approach the green here from the left side. Cat catches that tree there, and it helps her out a little bit and pushes her just to the edge of the circle there. So she'll have a look for birdie.
Man, she threw that thing pretty hard. It hit that tree pretty hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alexis going for this forehand skip as well. Just inside Kat's, probably about 28, 30 feet there.
Madison is in a good spot. She's got a ceiling to contend with, but can definitely get up there just outside of the circle, it looks like.
Yeah, just a little bit low for her. It is scary with that ceiling to you don't want to hit one of those trees early.
Powerful bid here, and which always turns into a great upshot. I love it. It's
Yeah.
good play.
I was giving it a little bit of a run, but happy to be parked for birdie. And this actually was the easiest hole of the round.
Really?
Yep.
Let's go. That's actually a pretty incredible stat coming out of our FPO field when it has been difficult in past years. Yeah.
yeah.
What? The birdie on that cat. That's on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, the putter is looking good today.
Her putter is on for sure.
Beautiful
Alexis,
putt there. Yep.
awesome putt. Her putter was also on for sure.
Very consistent. Tapping in our front nine here. Feature card FPO. Taking a look at that score line down below. Got some color and some action happening here at the Beaver State Fling in the first round. Sarah Hokum and Sayananda are tied at first, 3 down. And we've got a few people stacked up at 3rd place and at 7th.
Good competition here early at the Beaver State Fling. A little wet out there, but you know, players are taking advantage, making some good shots and competing.
Be sure to join us for the back nine. We're looking to see how the action unfolds for these points at the Silver Series event at the Disc Golf Pro Tour.